Hello friends, we are going to start our journey by including one new skills. So we are here with a new event which is 30 days of Flutter, and today is the first day of this event. So we will start with the introduction part of Flutter, that what is Flutter, why it is introduced in the market, what are its benefits, what features it's providing, what are its advantages, disadvantages. So what is Flutter? So Flutter is a UI toolkit for building fast, beautiful, natively compiled applications for mobile, web and desktop with one programming language and single code base. It is free and open source. Initially it was developed from Google and now manages by an ICMA standard. Flutter apps use that programming languages for creating an app. The first version of Flutter was introduced in the year 2015 at the Dart Developer Summit. It was initially known as codename Sky and can run on Android OS. On December 4, 2018, the first stable version of Flutter framework was released, denoting it as Flutter 1.0. Now, we are going to see what makes Flutter unique. So, Flutter is different from other frameworks because it neither uses WebView nor the OEM widgets that ship with the devices. In general, creating a mobile application is very complex and challenging task. There are many frameworks available which features to develop mobile application. Like for developing mobile apps, Android provides a native framework based on Java and Kotlin. Similarly, iOS provides a framework based on Objective-C or Swift language. Thus, we need two different languages and frameworks to develop app for both Android and OS. Today, to overcome from this complexity, there are several frameworks have introduced that support both OS along with the desktop apps. This type of framework are known as cross-platform development tools. Now this cross-platform development framework has the ability to write one code and can develop on the various platforms like Android, iOS and desktop. It saves a lot of time and development of efforts of developers. There are several tools available for cross-platform development, including web-based tools such as Ionic from Drifty in 2013, PhoneGap from Adobe, Xamarin from Microsoft, and React Native from Facebook. Each of these frameworks has varying degrees of success in the mobile industry. In recent, a new framework has introduced in the cross-platform development, namely Flutter developed from Google. So, it uses its own high-performance rendering engine to draw widgets, and it implements most of the systems such as animation, gesture, widget in that programming that allows developer to read, change, replace or remove things easily. It gives excellent control to the developer over the system. Now we will look what are the features of Flutter. So, Flutter is open source. It provides hot reload feature. It is having several widgets. It is also cross-platform. It has minimal code and we can access different features and SDKs. So we can also use third-party features and platform API in our app. Now after that, what are the advantages and disadvantages of Flutter? So advantages are, it makes the app development process extremely fast because of the hot reload feature. So what is this hot reload feature? So whenever we create a whole app, or we can say a whole page, and if we want to change only a single word, then after executing our program, it will again load the whole page. But in this hot reload feature, it will only load the changes which we have made in our program or in our code. So this is the facility provided by Flutter, which is hot reload feature. And second one is Flutter reduces the time and efforts of testing. Third one is it provides the smoother and seamless scrolling experience of using the app without much hacks or cuts, which makes running application faster in comparison to other mobile app development frameworks. Now the disadvantages are Flutter is a comparatively new language that needs continuous integration support through the maintenance of scripts. As Flutter is in its active development stage, so new features are coming day by day. So there may be changes, like if you are using some method or function at this time, might possible that this same functionality or method will not work after 6 months or 1 year. So this is the one of the disadvantage of Flutter. Second one is it uses Dart programming for coding. So a developer needs to learn new technologies. However, that language is very easy, as its syntax and features methods are similar to C style. Now third one is it provides very limited access to SDK libraries. It means a developer doesn't have a lot of functionality to create a mobile application. Such type of functionality needs to be developed by the Flutter developer themselves. That means some of the features are not still provided by Flutter. So you have to create your own functionalities. So this is one of the disadvantage of Flutter, while this may be disadvantage for some of the users, which which is very much similar to the advantages which Flutter are providing. So this was the whole introduction. Hello friends, today is the second day of 30 days of Flutter. So today we are going to see the installation steps for Flutter, IDE, that is Android Studio, and the Git software. So first of all, let's see the system requirements. So the operating system should be Windows 7 or later version. Disk space 400 MB is required, which doesn't include the IDE or tools disk space. Now the tools are Windows PowerShell and Git, and we are going to install the Flutter SDK for Android and Flutter SDK for Windows and Android Studio IDE. Now let's jump to the Flutter SDK installation step. So for that, the first step is to download the Flutter SDK. So for that, just visit this official Flutter website link. So on clicking that link, you will be redirected to this Flutter official website. Now on this page, just click on this get started, which you will find on the bottom of this page also, or at the right side of this page. So just click on this button, you will be redirected to this page. So from here you can click any of the icon which for which you want to download the Flutter SDK. So I am going to download the Flutter SDK for Windows version. So for that, on clicking that icon, I have redirected to this page. So here you will find a button which is over here. So on clicking this, a zip folder will be downloaded in the download directory. So from there, just extract this zip folder and create a src folder in C directory, and just paste this whole extracted zip folder. So after that, you have to create an path for that Flutter SDK. But first of all, you have to paste that Flutter SDK in the directory which doesn't require administration permission. So I have I have created my src folder in C directory. So let me show you that. So inside C directory, I have created one src folder, and inside that I have pasted the whole files of for the Flutter SDK. So after that, you have to create path. So for that, follow this step, or you can search for environment variable. After that, just open it. Now in this, you will see this environment variable button. So on clicking this page will be opened. Now in this, just click on path and just click edit. Now over here you will find this page where you have to specify the whole path of the bin folder, which is this one. So you have to paste this path, the whole path in. Just copy this path and click on this new and just paste the whole path over here. Like just copy this, Control C, and click on new and just paste it. As I already pasted this path, like here it is. So I'm going to remove this. After that, click on this button, OK. Now in this one, OK, and at last this, click on OK. So after that, you will find the path for the Flutter SDK in the environment variable. So after that, what you have to do, you have to run the flutter doctor command in the Flutter console. So for that, go inside the Flutter console and click and write flutter doctor command. Now on clicking this, you will get a summary which is showing what you have installed and what you haven't. So I have already installed the SDK for Flutter, so it is showing the tick mark. Now I am having some license problem for Android, so it is showing warning for that. Now I already installed the Android Studio ID, so it is showing tick mark for me. But as many of you haven't installed the Android Studio, so you will find the wrong sign over there. So for that, just follow this step. For that, just follow these steps. Just install the Android uh, SDK and download the latest Android Studio. By clicking on this link, you will be redirected to the Android official website. So from there, download the exe file according to your operating system and bit version. Now after that, just execute that exe file. On execute that exe file, you will find these pages. As I have already installed the Android Studio, so I will not be able to show you these steps. So you can follow this steps from this blog. This blog link will be available in the description, so you can go through this blog. So after this page will appear, just click on next. After that, the successful completion of this Android successful completion of installation of this Android Studio, just click on next, and the required components will be installed, and this will take some time. So after that, the Android Studio will open like this. Android Studio will open, and after that, you can create your virtual device. Like you can go through these steps. Like you have, if you want to connect your physical device to the Android Studio, you can do that. Or you want the virtual device inside the Android Studio, so you can create your own virtual device. Like let me show you that how can you create. So just go to tools and click on this AVD manager. So this page will open. From that, as I have already installed two virtual devices in my Android Studio, so here I am having this two device. But as for you, you will be having nothing over here. So for that, click on create virtual device, and you can download any of the virtual device according to your uh, preference. So after that, uh, you can launch this Android emulator on clicking this action button. So this will take some time to launch this device. So this was the steps for Android installation. After that, you have to install the plugins. Like here, the steps are given how to install the plugin. So go in File, Settings, and go in Plugin part. So as I am already having I have already installed the Flutter and Dart plugin, so I am having this over here. But as for you, you have to install that. So just type Flutter. So this will open and you have to install that plugin. And after that, just search for Dart plugin, and there you will find, just click on here the option will be available for you, like install this plugin. So just go through that step, just install this both plugin, Dart plugin as well as the Flutter plugin. So after that, you have to install the Git software. So for that, just click on this official link for Git installation. From there, you have to install, you can install any of the Git according to your bit version of Windows. After that, just go through these steps, just click on next, next and next for the installation of Git. So this was the whole steps for, to install the Flutter SDK, Git software and Android Studio.